Good morning, my little ones. Another week has gone by. What are we to do? Well, we have another virtual Sunday school lesson for you today. Have you been saying your prayers? Have you been holding a teddy? Or a cross? Or nothing at all, because you don't need it. Anyway, I hope you have. The Lord be with you. This is the season of Lent. The time we get ready to celebrate the mystery of Easter. The time we are all on our way to Jerusalem. But who will show us the way? Jesus will show us the way. Once a year, all the people of God go up to Jerusalem, the holy city of God, to celebrate the feast of the Passover, to remember how God led them through the waters to freedom. As Jesus travelled to Jerusalem, crowds of people came to follow him and to see him, because they knew, even if they were crippled or poor, that he wouldn't turn them away. Even if they were little children, and even if they were sick and scared and nobody would talk to them. Bartimaeus was begging outside the city of Jericho. Now, Bartimaeus was begging because he was blind. He couldn't see anything, but he could hear. And as he heard the people coming, and he heard Jesus going by, he shouted, "Jesus, help me, help me." But the people got in the way and said, "Shh, be quiet. Don't bother Jesus. Be quiet." But Bartimaeus shouted even louder, "Jesus, help me!" And Jesus stopped. And he turned and said, "Bring him to me." So the people got out of the way and Bartimaeus went to Jesus. "What do you want?" Jesus asked. "I want to see," said Bartimaeus. And Jesus put his hands over Bartimaeus' eyes and said, "Then receive your sight." All of a sudden, Bartimaeus could see. He could see everything so clearly. All the people and Bartimaeus were so happy, they couldn't help but celebrate and give thanks to God. And then Jesus carried on to Jerusalem, and Bartimaeus followed him. I wonder what it was like to be blind. I wonder what it was like to be able to see for the first time. I wonder why Jesus stopped to talk to Bartimaeus when no one else would. I wonder how the people felt when Jesus stopped to talk to Bartimaeus. I wonder why the first thing Bartimaeus did was to follow Jesus to Jerusalem. I wonder how Bartimaeus felt following Jesus to Jerusalem. Another interesting story. I wonder if you've ever woken up in the morning and your eyes have been so full of sleep that you couldn't open them. You know, sometimes when you get that crusty bit on your eyes, and it's like really hard to open and all your eyelashes are stuck together. Sometimes that can be a bit scary. But can you imagine not being able to see at all? You couldn't see the colours or the sunshine. Wow, it would be a different world. Maybe if you've got a safe place and your parents say it's okay, you could try wrapping a scarf around your eyes and seeing if you can find your way from one room to another. Or even just finding or drawing a picture. Draw a picture with a blindfold on and see how that turns out. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? You wouldn't be able to tell what colour pencil you were using or where your ink was on the paper. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Why don't you try that? I don't know, sometimes there are, where is it? I have a mask down here. You see, sometimes some of the adults have little sleep masks like these that they put over their eyes when they want to go to bed, but they don't like the light. Because sometimes, even at night time, when the moon is full, there's lots of light coming through your curtains. Let's have a look at the Bible and see what the Bible says about our story. Jesus heals a blind beggar. As Jesus was coming near Jericho, there was a blind man sitting by the road begging. When he heard the crowd passing by, he asked, "What is this?" "Jesus of Nazareth is passing by," they told him. He cried out, "Jesus, take pity on me." The people in front scolded him and told him to be quiet. But he shouted even more loudly, "Jesus, take pity on me." So Jesus stopped and ordered the blind man to be brought to him. When he came near, Jesus asked him, "What do you want me to do for you?" "Sir," he answered, "I want to see again." Jesus said to him, "Then see, your faith has made you well." At once he was able to see, and he followed Jesus, giving thanks to God. When the crowd saw it, they all praised God. Another party on the way to Jerusalem. How awesome is that? Until next week, my lovelies, God bless.